I'm here today in Cambridgeshire on, without question, one of the best plum orchards in the whole of the UK. I'm surrounded by Victoria plum trees. They're absolutely laden, and you can see this is a bumper crop. It's an amazing crop, but let me tell you, you can do this each and every year in your garden. Victoria plum will give over £100 of fruit on a good year, but even on a bad year, it will give you 60 to 70 pounds. But it will carry on cropping prolifically for up to 30 or so years. The tree's much longer lived than that, but it will give you a bumper commercial crop for 30 or so years, because that's how long the commercial nurseryman will continue to grow them, just like this. And this is a commercial nursery. The trees can be grown around about 5 foot apart. You can do that in your garden. If you wanted to, you could even grow them in pots, on a patio, on a balcony, in a courtyard garden. You could be having juicy, tasty crops of Victoria plum each and every July and August for decades to come. Now let me tell you why Victoria plum is the most grown and preferred variety across the whole of the UK and much further afield. First of all, the flavour is unsurpassed. It's sweet, it's juicy, it's absolutely mouth-watering. It's the choice of cooks and chefs all across the world because of its flavour and because the way it cooks so well. You can use it in pies, you can use it in jams, you can make all sorts of sauces. It's absolutely delicious. Most importantly, it's going to give you big bumper crops. Each tree will give you between 60 and up to well over £100 in weight per season. Now, if you were to grow just 60 pounds of fruit, you could make more than one pot of jam for every week of the year. So imagine you could be producing your own homemade plum jam that you could be eating with your breakfast each and every morning. The trees are compact, they're easy to manage, you can grow them in any garden. Even if you've just got restricted space on a balcony or a patio, you could grow your very own Victoria plum. I'm delighted to be in one of the best cherry nurseries in the whole of Europe today, and this is what it's all about. Look at these absolutely amazing bunches of cherries. And this is smothered all over this tree. You could be picking fruits just like these, delicious, tasty. Of course, you'll get fruit from very early on in the tree's life, but they will carry on cropping for 40 to 50 years. I cannot describe the flavour of a freshly picked cherry, but imagine picking it straight from the tree, eating it. It is absolutely divine. You could be doing this in your own back garden. Even if you've only got a patio, grow them in pots. They will do wonderfully well. So on receipt, the trees will immediately burst into growth, and what you'll see in the first year are branches just like this. So you'll see very stocky sections of wood growth. You'll potentially see some fruit fairly early on in the tree's life, around about the first year, and then it will put on lots of growth. So these long fresh stems here will be the wood that carries the fruit the following season. So in year 2, what you'll see is you've got thicker stems, you've still got some fruit potential, but most importantly, you've got lots and lots of these buds. And it's these buds during the summer that will grow and swell and begin to form the potential to give you a really big crop the following season. So every year the tree gets bigger and better and the fruiting potential gets more. Now from year 3, what you'll see is you've got this typically shiny barked cherry tree, but it's laden with these beautiful, tasty, sweet fruit. So each and every one of the buds that we saw on the previous branch, the following season will explode in blossom in the spring. They'll form these wonderful berries that will just get progressively darker and packed full of juicy goodness. And again, you can even see the buds forming now for the following season. So once you get from the 2nd into the 3rd year of this tree's life, you know for sure that you're going to get year in, year out, big bumper crops of these wonderful fruits. As with Victoria plum and sunburst cherry, Moor Park apricot is going to be perfect for your garden in the UK. You can plant it in the soil. It will absolutely thrive in a really sunny spot. But if you haven't got space in the garden, in your beds or borders, put it into a pot and it will grow perfectly. Moor Park apricot is perfect for the UK climate. It's been growing in British gardens now for almost 100 years. You could expect to pick between 40 or 50 pounds of fruit per year. It's incredibly hardy, it's incredibly productive, and if you're going to grow one apricot, this is the perfect variety for you. If you'd like to buy our collection of stone fruit trees, this is the perfect time. You'll get the delicious and juicy sunburst cherry, absolutely packed full of gorgeous flavour. You'll get the Victoria plum, that classic, typically British fruit, perfect to pick every single July. You'll get masses and masses of juicy plums, and you can eat them fresh, you can make your jams, you can do whatever you want with it. And of course, we're absolutely delighted to be bringing you more park apricot. It's a fantastic variety, big bumper crops of those ember coloured fruits that you can pick year after year. If you'd like to buy the collection, press the buy now button. It will take you just a few moments and there are easy to follow steps. Whenever you place your order through the internet, you always get confirmation by email. We'll confirm that your order's been received safely, that your order's been processed properly, and of course we'll confirm that your trees will be delivered to you within 10 to 14 days. So you can get them planted, get them established this autumn, so that by next summer you'll be seeing the first delicious, tasty fruits from your own garden.